How's it going, guys? Thomas Draven here, back again for another video, and in this one we are taking a look at what I believe to be the last video of the Mod Project guitar series. This is a heavily modified Harley Benton Dullahan headless guitar. So since this is one of the guitars that is relatively new on the market, and one that I have yet to really review properly and didn't really do a review when it was in stock form, this is kind of going to double as a little bit of a review on the original instrument itself, as well as the mods that I performed on this guitar. So we have this maple neck and an alder body, and is obviously headless, which is my preference when it comes to most guitars. It's nice and lightweight, like it has heft to it, but it is not as heavy as a normal guitar, which would be concerning if you have a headless guitar. And originally it had two humbuckers, which are like Roswell branded humbuckers. I believe they're like the in-house brand of Harley Benton or something like that. I don't know if they're like their own company and you can buy them individually, but the original pickups on this guitar were hooked up to a volume and a tone knob and had a 5-way selector switch. And for all intents and purposes, they were actually very decent humbuckers. They were like Alnico 5, I'm pretty sure, with the 5-way switching, which is really convenient and really cool, which is something that I really like. And then the volume and the tone is just kind of, standard fare kind of feature. My only knock against those pickups is that they're a bit low output for what I like. I prefer having, nice high output in the bridge. But if you don't care a lot about that, like, for all intents and purposes, they're actually like really cool pickups for what you're, the prices you're paying for this instrument. I think these instruments sell brand new for around $350 to $400 USD, thereabouts. So to get like decent pickups off the cut, that's not bad at all. Especially with the 5-way switching and everything like that. That's not exactly a super common feature. Furthermore, we have a Graph Tech nut, stainless steel frets. The bridge, for the most part, is actually one of the nicest, if not the nicest, headless bridge systems that I've ever used. The tuners are really easy to turn, like even easier than on my 10S. On my 10S, it can like, I've worn like the skin off my fingers just trying to twist those things, and sometimes I have to like jam a quarter in there just to turn them. But not so with this bridge system. For the most part, this has been like the most easy headless bridge I've ever had to deal with. That being said, QC issues with mine. I bought this one B-stock, and I think originally there was like a couple dings on the back or something like that, but it wasn't bad by any means. The only real issue was that the set screw for the saddle, for the G-string, does not move. I tried everything to get that out and get it sorted and make it work, but I couldn't, so I asked for a replacement from Thomann, and we're still waiting on that, maybe 2 or 3 months later, but it's, crazy times in the world. So that's kind of an issue. That being said, it's intonated fine. Like, I guess it was set up and intonated from the factory, so it doesn't make a huge difference. As long as you're only tuning to G, your intonation will be fine. That being said, that did create another bit of an issue when I went to repaint this guitar, because one of the screws connecting the bridge, holding the bridge to the body, actually is underneath the G-string saddle. So in order to get that out, I had to take off all of the other saddles in order to get to the screws on the base plate, and then for the last one that was under the G-string saddle, I just kind of twisted the bridge in order to twist the screw out, and then ended up taking a drill to the body to enlarge that hole so I didn't have to twist it back later. Not exactly the smartest solution, but I'm still, again, waiting for that replacement bridge. So, Thomann, if you see this this video and you have not gotten that replacement yet, please, could you just tell them to hurry? So, other than that, that is how the instrument came to me stock, and let me tell you what I did to this guitar. Clearly, right off the bat, I painted it pink. It's now shell pink. Originally, this guitar was matte black, which I think is such a boring thing. Like, I don't like matte black guitars just because there's nothing interesting to look at most of the time. I mean, if you have like gold hardware on it, it's a little bit better. But just having black hardware on a matte black guitar, like, it's so boring. Like, you have so many amazing wood choices and so many color choices that the choices are endless, and you went with matte black. I don't think I actually got any footage of me actually painting it, but that's because I had to do it in the back alley behind my apartment, which is not exactly the ideal place to paint a guitar in the middle of fall and winter in a surprisingly windy city. So that being said, the finish is far from perfect. There are quite a few spots and specks of like stuff that got under the finish, and dings and dents that just kind of happened already. Like, I'm a very rough player, so dings and dents happen, but it has a lot of character, and yeah, it's not pink, so that's all that matters. In terms of the electronics, we have a custom set of pickups from Buddha Pickups. He's a guy who lives in the same state as me, and I was like, I really want to try these out because they're custom voiced pickups to what I asked from him. We have a Tele style neck pickup, which is an Alnico 5 magnet, and I wanted that sort of voiced similarly to the bridge in terms of EQ and everything like that, just so they were balanced and nice and matched together. For the bridge, I wanted the bridge humbucker to be nice and full, but also have like a decent amount of attack and clarity. So it's kind of this balancing act between harshness and being too bassy, but we found a really cool way of kind of getting the best of both worlds with going with an Alnico 8 magnet in the bridge. So you kind of have a nice high output with the pickup, but you don't have a lot of the harshness that you might get from a ceramic magnet. Then we have a simple 3-way toggle switch, where it's just bridge, both pickups, and neck. And we have an on-off button, because I've been loving on-off buttons instead of volume pots, in this position, and then this one is just a momentary kill switch. So any sort of stuttering you want to do on stage like that, nice rhythmic stuttering, you can do it with that button. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys some tones. I'm just going to be playing in all the different positions, trying to give you guys a good idea of what these pickups and this guitar sounds like. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.